I'm lighting the candle. Why do we light at the beginning of collective worship? Fair.
To remind us that Jesus is the light of the world.
Yeah, and he is all around us. Yeah, do you remember that? So Jesus is the light of the world and he is all around us. Now, this morning, we are going to be looking at a different value. We're going to be looking at wisdom. Okay. Do we all think we've got a little bit of wisdom in here? Yeah, a little bit. And the first thing we're going to talk about is Minecraft. Who in here actually plays Minecraft? So pretty much all of you play Minecraft.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't play Minecraft, do you have an idea of what Minecraft is? Now, in Minecraft, you have a series of blocks. Yeah? And you use the blocks, different types of blocks, to build buildings, or walls, or rivers, or whatever you want to make. Yeah? And you've got different modes in Minecraft. So you can play survival mode, creative mode, okay? And in all those modes, you build things. Now, if I'm building in Minecraft, I figured out at the weekend that something very special happens. I can build a house in Minecraft, and I can take away the bottom of the house, the foundations of the house, and do you know what happens to the house?
Yeah.
It just floats. Yeah, so I can take away all the foundations, and the house will just float. Now, is that something that happens in real life?
No.
No. If I take away the foundations of a house, what's going to happen to it?
It's going to collapse.
It's going to collapse. Now, in the Bible, Jesus talked about buildings, believe it or not. Not Minecraft, unfortunately, it wasn't around. But he did talk about buildings, and he told a story about two builders. And it was the story of the wise and the foolish builder. Now, in a minute, we're going to hear the story. But in the story, there are two builders. One of them builds his house on rocks. And the other one builds his house on the sand. Now, in the story, something happens. And a big storm comes through. And the rain comes down, and it's pouring all over these houses. And something happens to one of the houses. Now, I'm going to ask you to read the story and have a think. What do you think happens to the houses in the story?
The wise and foolish builders. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like the wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down and the streams rose, and the wind blew and beat against the house. Yet it did not fall, because its foundations was on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like the foolish builder, the man who built the house on sand. The rain came down and the streams rose, and the wind blew against the house, and it fell down with a great crash.
Now, I've got my house of rock, and I've got my house of sand. One of them was built by the wise builder, and one of them was built by the foolish builder. So hands up if you think my foolish builder is the one who built their house upon the rock. Who thinks the one who built the house upon the rock is the wise builder? Okay. Sophie, why do you think it's the wise builder?
Because he's building his house on more stable land.
Okay, so he built it on stable land. Okay, who thinks that the house on the sand was built by the wise builder? Who thinks it was built by the foolish builder? Okay, Kiara, why do you think it's the foolish builder?
Because the foolish builder built it on sand instead of the rock like a wise builder.
So what do you think is going to happen when my storm comes?
It's going to collapse right to the floor.
It'll collapse right to the floor. Now, I have got quite big Lego houses. Okay, so we're going to see. So I'm going to pour the water first of all onto the house made of rock, and we're going to see what happens. So you ready? Did anything happen? No, it's still there. So it is wet now, but then houses do get wet. So was the man who built his house upon the rock the wise builder?
Yes.
So he did something that was what you would consider to be wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, let's try with our house built upon the sand. We ready?
Yeah.
Oh, what's happened to my house built upon the sand?
It kind of tipped and moved.
It tipped and moved, it started to sink down on the side. So was that a wise builder?
No.
No. He decided to build his house upon the sand, and actually, in the story, his house does collapse, but this one's sinking. And if you get a look at it later, you can see it's all sunk down on one side, so it's starting to collapse. Now, when we think about the values that Christians believe in lots of values, don't they? And they try to follow Jesus' word, because they think if they follow Jesus' word, it's going to make them better people. Yeah? Which is good for all of us to try and do. But we have got certain values, and we have to make what we think are wise choices. So, thinking back to my Minecraft and floating, I've got my wisdom. Yeah? Wisdom is one of my values, and I think that we should use wisdom every day. Do you think that's right?
Yes.
I've also got courage. Okay, is that a value? Yeah. Nurturing. Nurture. Oh, that's fallen off. Love. Yeah. And that's fallen off. There you go. Oh, good love. Inspire.
Yes.
And finally, challenge.
Yes.
Now, have I got at the moment a strong foundation?
Yes.
So those values make up a really strong foundation for me. Now, if I remove the wisdom and the good choices, what's going to happen to my building?
Collapse.
See, it's going to collapse. Shall we try? It did collapse. But I took away wisdom. But if I'd have taken away nurture, would it have collapsed?
Yes.
If I'd have taken away courage, would it have collapsed?
Yes.
Yeah, because actually you need all of these things to have a strong foundation and be good people. Everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
Now, to end our assembly today, we're going to do 2 prayers. The first one, Bethany's going to read for us. So if you'd like to put your hands together and close your eyes.
Dear God, help us to make wise choices in life. Help us to think about other people and to consider their needs. Help us to be strong and loving. Help us to be kind and look out for people who need our help. Amen.
Finish our assembly with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever.